Hi, ladies. Welcome. Welcome to our Women's Autoimmune Health and Healing webinar. My name is Camille McClellan.
And I'm Brett McClellan.
And thank you so much for taking the time.
And you're here with us today if you're struggling, obviously, with an autoimmune condition. If you're struggling to lose weight, or if you're tired of not feeling your best every day, you're fed up of taking the daily pills with side effects and that sort of thing, and you don't feel like you're getting any better. You may be feeling alone with your autoimmune systems. We're here for your support. We've got a Facebook group for your support as well, because this issue is very important to us. And you could be frustrated with doctor visits and no answers. You just go in and you complain, they give you a prescription and you walk out the door. And you're ready and committed to empower yourself and take control of your own health. Yes,
and we encourage you today to really dig deep and see if this is something that you want to do. Empower yourself, because this is something that you really must do. Take control of your health, and follow your intuition, your heart, and mainly your body, and when it's speaking to you.
Right, so today we're going to be focusing on these main topics for autoimmune healing. That is how to resolve skin conditions, best way to resolve your digestive complaints.
Yes, and again, as we mentioned previously, is to take control and feel empowered to manage your autoimmune conditions. And how to deal with your fertility issues related to autoimmunity, and how to achieve desired weight. We hear this often, and it could be weight gain or weight loss.
Right, and if any of these statements, if you agree with any of these statements, then you're definitely in the right place and on the right webinar right now. Is health important to you? Are you feeling a lack of support from family and friends? You could be overwhelmed. You might not know which direction to go. And really kind of that's where we were in days past. And we managed to resolve our own autoimmune conditions very naturally and without the help of pharmaceutical drugs. So if any of these statements fit you, then you're in the right place. Let's introduce ourselves.
Yes, my name is Camille McClellan. I went to medical school, and after I graduated, well, before I graduated, actually, I was doing a lot of my rotations in family medicine, internal medicine, and I saw the same theme over and over again, where a lot of patients were coming in with lots of medications, and again, the next appointment, maybe 3 or 4 more medications on top of that. And their symptoms just got worse, and they did not seem to get better. And they stressed this on a daily basis. So I just dug deeper and figured that this is probably not the way or the direction I really want to be. It did not speak to me. It did not resonate with me. So I enrolled in the naturopathic program and did my studies there. And I specialized in some of these, especially homeopathy. I did 3 years of that and some other holistic modalities. And I never looked back since then.
Right. And I'm, again, Brett McClellan. I'm a Primal Blueprint expert. If you don't know what a Primal Blueprint expert is, you can look it up online. And I'm basically an expert in an ancestral health model, template for natural health and healing yourself naturally. How I got into it was, well, first of all, I was experiencing, in my mid-30s, I was experiencing some problems with arthritis, with GERD, with a number of different issues. And when I asked my doctors about it, they basically said, you're just getting old. And that to me was not acceptable. It was simply not acceptable. But not knowing anything about what I know now, at the time, I had to accept it. And so I figured, hey, this is just the process of getting old. And then I'm going to die, you know, and that type of thing. It just didn't mix very well. But when I met you, Camille, that was when I saw firsthand the autoimmune condition, GERD. Really, you had the worst.
Yes, and thyroid issues, a lot of palpitations at night. I just couldn't sleep, couldn't get up. I suffocated through the night. It was awful.
Very bad, and you were actually underweight.
Yes.
And experiencing very poor health as a result of autoimmunity. And I just happened across some information about the ancestral health template. Specifically, I read a book on it, the Paleo Solution by Rob Wolf. And really, we thought we'd give it a go. We did, and experienced, I hate to sound like a zealot, but it virtually miraculous results.
And my life changed. I mean, I have to thank you.
You were on the pill, the purple pill. You were on various medications for your GERD. Yes. None of them helped. Nexium, yeah. And the other stuff too, like what, Prilosec or whatever. But anyway, the drugs were not helping. And when we hit this ancestral health model and did it right, we experienced the results, and they were very, well, like I said, they were virtually miraculous. And here I am, a scientist, talking about miracles, but that's not the case. It's real results. So that's how I got into it, and I've never looked back.
Yes.
I've just gotten hardcore into it. I read, and this is all I do in work and in my spare time.
We're obsessed.
We are obsessed. That is correct. All right, so let's talk about the impact of autoimmunity.
So, you know, we all know this is not new, that autoimmunity is an epidemic today, and 24 million Americans, and this is not only America, that it's worldwide, nationwide.
So that number is a lot
worldwide. Yeah. Yes, so it's much larger. And these are just various common autoimmune problems that are most common. There are many, many more. Celiacs, celiac disease, lupus that's mentioned there.
Hashimoto's and Graves are all over the place all the time.
Myasthenia gravis.
Type 2 diabetes.
Scleroderma, just
all of this. So the impact of autoimmunity on society, really, the pharmaceutical drug business is skyrocketing, of course. I mean, because of the pill popping mentality. More people are sick because these drugs are not solving the root cause of the problems. Really, your body is just expressing itself. It's expressing the symptoms you're experiencing are just your body expressing itself. And we need to get to the core of the issue. The drugs just address the symptom, not the root cause of the problem.
Yes, it's symptom suppression is what unfortunately occurs, and
in standard practices these days, right?
And you know, inflammation builds. This is we all know this, a common theme in autoimmunity today.
Inflammation. It's the root of all evil, really. And people are less healthy because of this pill popping mentality. And meanwhile, while they're prescribing all these drugs, guess what? Healthcare costs keep rising constantly every single year. And people are just less and less healthy.
So the main causes of autoimmunity, we all know the Western diet is just loaded with toxins, yes, and
anti-nutrients.
You can see this in your skin on a daily basis. The sluggish digestive movement of the body, toxins not being able to be removed on a daily basis. I mean, you feel when you're not, your body's a little off.
You know when you're not right.
Correct. When there's some sort of imbalance. And a lot of it has to do with the foods you eat, the stress, and the environmental toxins that we load our bodies up on a daily basis with.
Right. And it stresses your body out. And when you have increased stress on your body, your hormones go out of balance. You have an increase in cortisol and therefore a decrease in melatonin. And that results in your lack of sleep. And we'll have some tips for you on sleeping later in this webinar, and sleep is extremely important for your system, your body's system across the board.
Correct.
And this is my specialty here, is the nutritional aspect of our program. And that is improving from today's standard Western diet. The first step you have to do is take control of your nutrition. You are what you eat. How many times have we heard that? You are what you eat. So if you're eating poisons and toxins, well, guess what? Your body's going to respond like it's responding against poisons and toxins. It's going to have an immune response. That's what autoimmunity is. So you really need to eliminate all grains. This is what our program consists of, really. Elimination of all grains, legumes, and dairy products. And that is because the vast majority of people they do not digest these products very well at all, and they have very bad effects from these products. And that's not to say everyone on the planet is lactose intolerant. That's not the case. But the beginning of our program is a reset diet consisting of elimination of all grains, legumes, and dairy for a period of 30 days, if not longer. And what you do want to eat are whole organic veggies and meats and some fruits, local grown, organic, of course. The brightly colored veggies are best because they're higher in antioxidants. In season, of course. If you can get local pastured meats, grass-fed meats, and cage-free chickens.
And don't forget your fruits.
Right.
We always recommend the low glycemic fruits.
Berries.
Raspberries.
Raspberries.
Blueberries.
Blackberries.
Yes.
That type of thing. And when we're talking about carbs like this, I mean, you don't really want to have too much in the way of fruit, because that's going to jack up your glucose. And they're carbohydrates. So if you stick to about 150 grams of carbs per day, you're going to be well on track to being a fat burner. And that's really what you want to be, is a fat burner, not a carb burner.
And what would you recommend for someone who is a sugar burner?
They need to eat less carbs, and they need to increase their fat and protein intake. A lot of people experience, when they're a sugar burner, if they have energy fluctuations throughout the course of the day, like me. I used to, before I was Ancestral Health template, I would have a crash first or middle of the morning where I needed an energy drink. And then that would get me to lunchtime. And I'd come back and I'd have a lunch coma, pretty much, where I needed to get another 16-ounce energy drink in the middle of the afternoon. And that did not, obviously, that surfaced, problems with that surfaced later on, and I was able to cut all of that out.
And so, energy fluctuations is something that we commonly hear of women.
All the time.
Yes. And this is definitely connected to hormonal issues that many women struggle with.
Right. And if weight is an issue for you, if you want to lose weight, we would recommend actually less carbs per day. It would be more along the lines of 100 grams of carbs or less per day. And you want to eliminate all of those, like I mentioned above, and that's mainly because the grains contain gluten. Gluten is not your friend. Gluten causes leaky gut. Casein, again, you don't necessarily have to be lactose intolerant to not react well to dairy products, because casein acts a lot like gluten and can cause gut inflammation. So you need to empower yourself to make these changes today if you choose not to take on one of our programs. Just at least make those changes. And let's talk about leaky gut while we're at it here a little bit. Any of these, if any of these symptoms here that you're seeing, if they apply to you, in all likelihood, you may have leaky gut.
Yes, and often many women with autoimmune conditions have at least 2 to 3 of these problems, if not more, that they're struggling with on a daily basis. I mean, I hear it all the time. The memory, foggy memory, allergy problems, including asthma and skin conditions, and infections, sinus infections, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, gas, a lot of digestive issues, anxiety, depression.
All of, yeah, even mood swings, hormones, that type of thing can all be attributed to a leaky gut. So that's where we start first.
And that's where, you should start first.
Right. And if you're hearing any lawn equipment in the background, we apologize for that.
Our neighbors are.
Right. Right. So they picked the wrong time.
Wrong day.
So let's talk about hidden allergies too then.
The hidden allergies is a force to contend with, and it really is. It's a struggle. And it's sort of like a yin and a yang. You're forcing this back and forth kind of thing to do your body doing good and doing bad. And it's because of a lot of the environmental.
Yeah, every spring, every fall.
Toxins.
I mean, you get the pollen. I mean, how many people have you seen with just going around coughing all the time and stuffed up noses and that type of thing? You had them really bad. You used to have those really bad. And you were on a prescription, right?
Couldn't breathe.
You were on a prescription to get rid of those symptoms.
And for years,
you don't even take it anymore.
I don't take it anymore. Right. And I really recommend honey. I lived on that for quite some time.
Huge.
I did.
No, you didn't live on it, but you did. You did take, what is it, a tablespoon or so, maybe 2 a day.
I still do it.
Local, organic.
Now, yes.
Right.
Local. It's got to be local.
Yeah, it has to be local. So get your local honey supplier, and hopefully they're nice and organic and low toxin stuff. But the food allergies are out there. You have environmental toxins. These environmental toxins, if you live in the city, they're in the air, they're in the water, they're in the soil, they're everywhere you go around, and they can cause the free radicals, basically the contamination in your body that can cause inflammation. This will stress you out. Again, a lot of this stuff just causes your body to stress out, increasing your cortisol and throwing off your hormones and not allowing you to get to sleep. So.
All right. So empowering yourself to improve your health. And these are 4 of the areas that we do focus on with our clients when they're having, they come to us. They're usually having skin problems, hormonal imbalances, and this is your energy fluctuations, and sluggish organs like the liver that's not removing a lot of the toxins out of the body.
You're not detoxing. Your liver and your immune system isn't detoxing the way it should be. So we always recommend immune system boosting herbs and whole foods and that type of thing. Are there any herbs out there that you would recommend for immediate immunity?
Buckthorn is very good for the colon. Buckthorn and slippery elm, just to begin with. Bentonite is another one. And this is just the first step. That's the colon. And there's also the kidney. You want to filter out the kidney with parsley is a very good herb. And you want to get these herbs organic, because again, if they're not organic,
you're just getting pesticides, herbicides.
Pesticides again.
Right.
So, and you're boiling. I would recommend to boil the parsley.
Strain out the leaves.
And strain out the leaves and drink the parsley. That is the strongest way to get a lot of the toxins out of the kidney. And then again, there's the liver. For liver cleansing, a good liver cleanse I do recommend is milk thistle.
Right. And again, I'd like to emphasize that you really need to go ahead and spend the money. And I know it hurts sometimes, but spend the money and get the highest quality product out there, herbs and supplements. Just go ahead and do it, because if you're not getting the high quality stuff, you're going to pay for that in the long run anyway. So just go ahead and get the high quality products.
So the main causes of autoimmune, and we are
more main causes.
another one,
Yeah.
infection, and that often we know that after an infection, a pathogen invades the body, and that could be a bacteria, virus, some sort of parasite, candida, and the yeast. That's yeast.
Mm-hmm.
These attack the body, and again, increases your chances of susceptibility to autoimmunity, and this is where you get a lot of your relapses, and there's decrease in appetite, and again, it's a focus on the imbalance of the gut.
Oh, absolutely. And what happens when you go to the doctor? If you've got an infection, you know it, you're not feeling right, you go to the doctor and you get a pill. Guess what that is? It's an antibiotic. Oh boy, they're really starting up the heavy equipment next door now. But sorry about that. But anyway, you go to the doctor, you get an antibiotic. Well, you know what? Antibiotics, they have a place in this world. They certainly do. We're not going to sit here and curse out the antibiotics.
No, absolutely not.
But what they also do, and what a lot of people don't know, they kill off the bad guys. Yes, they target bad guys, but there are also a lot of the good guys, all of the good biota in your system that needs to be there. It's there for a reason. It controls a lot. In fact, 80% of your gut all of your gut is 80% of your immune system. The way your digestive tract works, it affects your immune system, and that has been proven. Again, I'll state that stat. It's your digestion, your gut biota is responsible for 80% of your immune health.
Yes.
So it all starts there. If you eat clean, guess what? You're 80% better. So you've got to restart that.
That means your focus should be the colon.
The entire
that is one of the main focuses. And for fighting infection, ginger and garlic, we do recommend parsley, fennel, aloe vera, and olive leaf. Again, you can get these off the counter. I do really recommend, again, organic.
Absolutely. And, go ahead, get the high quality stuff. You'll appreciate that. And here's more causes of autoimmunity, your environmental toxins. Again, we talked about this earlier. If you're in the city, it's in the air, it's in the soil, and it's in the water. You're going to have toxins out there. This has been my specialty for a long time. And even if you're in a rural environment, guess what? Most of these farms out there are using pesticides, herbicides, Roundup, that's glyphosate. It's been shown to be pretty bad for your body. And that not only does it do that, but it depletes the soil of nutrients. So even if you're in a rural environment, you have toxins. You've got fresher air, no doubt, but the soil and the water can be affecting your health.
Wouldn't you recommend, though, even though toxins are and soil is really one of the factors that causes of autoimmunity, wouldn't you recommend also, though, to play in the dirt? How does that work?
Playing in clean dirt, yes. I mean, that is fine. I mean, that is how our ancestors actually built up their immune system. Their immune system was because they would expose themselves to, soil-based organisms, really, and that really created our gut biota, the really good stuff in our gut. So by no means am I saying play in the contaminated dirt, but play in the good dirt. And we'll get into some supplements a little later in this webinar. We'll talk about that. We also, obviously, with the environmental toxins, you need to get your whole foods, your organic foods. And we've already harped on this in this webinar, but you have to do that in order to avoid those toxins. So you also want the meats, and we talked about that earlier. Wild-caught fish is especially good. That's because it has very good fats, fatty acids, omega-3s, and these days you need a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio in there. And that's going to decrease. The omega-6 fats are pro-inflammatory, and the omega-3 fats are anti-inflammatory. So you need omega-3s in your in your diet more. So you can get that through fish oil pills, through krill oil. Krill oil is really good. I've heard good reviews. I have not used it, but I have heard there's really good source of omega-3s. But the best kind of fish oil supplement that you can get out there is liposomal. It's just about any other supplement needs to be liposomal anyway, encased in fat, which helps your body absorb the nutrients that you're getting from those supplements. So you can get your omega-3s from wild-caught fish, and that's a really good source.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, fennel, celery, parsley, these are all excellent for the kidney. And water, I would recommend lots of hydration through the day. You
can overdo it with water, but typically, you know, if you feel a cottony kind of texture in your mouth, you need to hydrate yourself. And typically,
most definitely.
Yeah, people need more water than they think, but less water than what is advertised, like your 8 gallons a day or whatever it is that they're recommending is probably a little much.
And if you're craving a lot of fruit juices through the day, I hear this often, you know, you can also add fruits to your water. You don't have to go bland water if that's not your taste. If water isn't something, I don't like really drinking a whole lot of water because to me it tastes bland. But I spice up my water with herbs, with fruits, lemon, lime, strawberries, blueberries, and it tastes great. And I just sip it through the day.
Yeah, and you don't want to have too much in the way of juices. That's why you're saying that.
Yes,
because
correct.
Juices are so sugary, it bumps that carb level up way too fast, and your insulin spikes, throwing off your hormones and causing inflammation again. So you don't really want to do that, but flavoring your water is fine. I mean, it's absolutely fine. Spice it up. So another main cause of autoimmunity these days is your sedentary work and home environments. What do you do for work? Well, you wake up in the morning, you take a shower, you go to work, and you sit in a chair, you talk on the phone, and you type on a computer in all likelihood. Hopefully, if you're one of the lucky people who gets to get outside a lot like I do, then you get a lot of movement. But the vast majority of people do not get enough movement, and they're sitting in one position all day. And guess what? You get out of work, you come home, what do you do to relax?
Sleep. You sleep again.
Well, you get home and you relax in front of the TV, sitting again. And you're just in the same spot. Our bodies weren't made to do that. You need to move every day. You need to have slow-paced movement on the scale of about 2 to 5 hours per week in slow movement. And that includes walking. If you can take a 15-minute break and take a 15-minute walk somewhere in your office or near your office or something like that, that's going to cover you for the week.
Yes. Gardening, too, is a great way.
Right. Gardening, getting outside, getting exposure to the sun and getting vitamin D the real natural way, then that's always going to help. So you need an exercise program. That's where I come in and I support Camille with the kind of the baseline stuff. Camille's specialty is more along the lines of the naturopathy. I help with the baseline, and that is getting you on the right track digestively and a flexible exercise program. And flexibility, we have that up there because it's got to fit with your schedule. It's got to be flexible to your schedule.
Yes.
So everybody's busy. We know that. But you can take 15 to 30 minutes 2 or 3 times a week. You can certainly do that. That's all I do. And I'm not bragging, but I am in good shape. Camille, you're in great shape.
I could be better, but I'm good.
Right,
good.
Right. And you can do it on 2 or 3 workouts a week for a half hour. That's all it requires. And a good exercise program, I know all of the basic movements, basic stuff that you really need to work on, and that gets your blood flowing to your brain. It helps you think faster. You feel better about yourself. You're more confident, and you look better.
Yeah, it's all about mind.
It's all about your mind.
It starts with the mind, because the mind and the emotions, they're all connected to your physical being. And once the mind tells you something negative, your emotions go into changes and causes a lot of health issues, a lot of physical problems, stress. Yes.
And amongst and these workouts are pretty high intensity workouts. And again, that's geared towards the individual. If you're 75 years old, you might not necessarily want to, be bench pressing 180 pounds. So it's all geared towards the individual, and that's what we do. We provide individualized assistance and support and advice, and we educate. We tell you why you need to be doing stuff. That's what we're doing on this webinar. So here's a huge one. It's stress and lack of sleep. Yeah. Again, we're talking about the work environments. How often do you see people saying, oh gosh, I'm so busy these days? Well, that's kind of the attitude. It's the busier you are, the more stressed out you are. You kind of want to brag about it. That's the wrong attitude, because you're stressing yourself out. It promotes, today's work environment promotes hectic life pace, reduces your ability to relax and enjoy life with your friends and family, causes too much stress, and therefore too much cortisol, therefore too little melatonin, reducing your ability to sleep, causes hormonal imbalances, like we mentioned. And all of this promotes systemic inflammation, which is the root of all evil. And in our opinion, the root of a whole heck of a lot of autoimmune disease.
Yes, and this is the focus. As we all know, this is the focus, inflammation.
Right. And we've got tips for you on sleep. And here they are. Again, the lack of sleep adversely affects all of your body systems across the board. And you'd be amazed. Do a Google search on that. In fact, pay attention. We've posted several times in our Facebook group a bunch of articles on this and how it affects you. It's really bad to not get enough sleep. So you really, really need to make the time to get your sleep. And you can do that. Here's some good sleep tips, excellent sleep tips right here. And you need to implement them now if you want to start feeling better. You need to eliminate as much light as you can in your sleeping quarters. You want to get your TV out of there and stop surfing your phone right before you go to bed. And why? It's because the blue light spectrum emitted by these electronics, it causes your body to think it's daylight out. Well, when your body thinks it's daylight out, then it increases your cortisol naturally, because we're supposed to rise with the sunrise and we're supposed to go to bed with the sunset. So if your body still thinks there's sun out and you need to be awake, it's going to spike your cortisol.
Circadian rhythm.
It's the circadian rhythm. That's exactly right. Yeah. And so your electronics are going to provide that blue light spectrum to your eyes, and your brain is going to release cortisol and decrease melatonin, and you're going to have a problem getting to bed. So you need to eliminate that stuff. Sometimes if you're still having problems, you want to take a warm bath or a shower before bed, because that'll artificially lower your temperature when you get out of the shower. And that cold temperature, colder body temperature, your body temperature decreasing helps you go to sleep.
Right.
Okay. And don't want to eat or drink before bed, typically about 2 hours before bed. Try to eat before then. Whoops. There we go. And you can lower the temperature in your house. So lower it down to, I don't know, around 68 degrees or so, something like that. Something that a cooler environment helps you sleep.
Yes, I agree.
All right. So let's get really into it and bottom line it for everyone with these points. We've got 5 points for you.
Yes. So the reset of the diet, and again, we do recommend this. It's really hard to go 90 to 100%, but we do recommend it. If you want to do the reset, it is the way to go.
Definitely, to resolve these skin conditions, yes, you have to reset your gut, and that's due to the gut-brain-skin axis. Do a Google search on that. There is a direct connection between your gut and your skin through the brain. So you have to, if you're having skin problems, you have to reset your diet. We're gonna put you on that program anyway, on the reset. We're gonna help you through that anyway. But if you want to resolve your skin condition, you have to reset your diet and detox.
Yeah, detox. I mean, we went through this entirely, and as you can tell, we've said it many times. So, if you're taking notes, it's a good time to do so now, because detox is definitely something that you want to focus on. And that's focusing on the colon, as I said, the kidneys, the liver, and the lymph nodes. These are all areas of detox. When people, I see often a lot of people talk about detox, but they're not talking about what organs to focus on. And here are some of the main areas in which you want to focus on in your detox or your cleanse. And to resolve stress, passion flower. I really recommend that for women, yes, that have problems sleeping on a daily basis. I hear that.
Or relaxing even, just
relaxing. Relaxation, yes.
Passion flower, we just recently kind of got turned on to. We've known about it for a while, but we just started it. And really getting high quality passion flower, oh my God. I mean, if you're going into a big meeting or something like that, and you just kind of want to chill out and make sure your body's kind of mellow-ish, or at least mellower, then take some of that passion flower. You'd be surprised how much it really chills you out. It doesn't really necessarily make you want to go to sleep, but it chills you out.
It the adrenals is definitely an area you want to focus on too. It sits on top of the kidneys, and the adrenal gland releases a lot of the cortisol.
Right.
So this again causes going back to the pituitary gland, and
stress and inflammation.
Yes, it causes a lot of inflammation. So it is an area where you always want to focus on when you want to do reduce a lot of your inflammation. It's a fight.
It is a fight.
It's a daily fight. It's a daily fight.
So you have to reset your
correct.
Here's point 2 of and it's involving resolving your digestive issues. Of course, the reset diet comes into play again. It's the number 1 on the list here. Eliminate those potentially toxic foods. You want to, and here's where we're talking about prebiotics and playing in the dirt, if you will. Supplement with prebiotics and probiotics. You really absolutely need, if you're having digestive issues, absolutely you need prebiotics and probiotics. Yeah, I think everybody knows what probiotics are, but it's helpful to think of your gut biota, your gut flora, as a garden. And prebiotics, specifically soil-based prebiotics, or playing in the dirt, prebiotics are the soil in your garden. And the probiotics are like the flowers that you would plant in your garden, right? Again, your immune system, 80% of your immune system is your gut biota. It affects you across the board. And again, if you have the right gut flora going on, then you're going to be healthy.
And some of the prebiotics you can do that are natural are the garlic, the onion, cabbage, flaxseed, asparagus, artichoke, and shiitake mushrooms.
And that's all a bunch of fermentable fibers that feed your good gut bacteria. And that provides the soil, like the probiotics that we were just talking about. Also, the prebiotics that we recommend, there's one called V, that is the letter V as in Victor, VSL number 3. That's available over the counter. I think you can get it online. I believe we've gotten it online at Amazon. We also recommend the Prescript Assist. That's one that we have had extremely good success with. A soil-based organism called Prescript Assist. Again, it's a prebiotic and a probiotic in one, but it is extremely beneficial. And we found across the board for just about anybody having digestive issues. So feed your soil with the prebiotics, and then invest in a quality probiotic. Most of the probiotics that you get at your drugstore are probably not really effective. You want to invest in a high quality probiotic. We have some at our website, and those are the ones that we use. They're called Primal Probiotics, and you can find them at our website. But they are the ones we use. We recommend also other probiotics out there. You don't want to just stick with one probiotic. You kind of want to go ahead and get other really good, high quality, again, pay the money, high quality probiotics. And we varied it up like with 3 different kinds, right? We get the primal probiotics, and then we get 2 other.
Yes,
really
you always want to change
ones.
it up a little.
Change it up a little bit. Keep the diversity of your gut in good shape.
The biome.
Yep,
right?
Yep, and your immune system will benefit.
So some of the herbs and spices that I recommend on a daily basis, because warm water, you know how Chinese medicine always stress, you know, warm stuff, especially for the digestive system. Turmeric may not be something that you really are into. You might not be into a lot of the spices like turmeric, ginger, black pepper, and honey. That is something I do love to drink on a regular basis. But there are other ways to get the warm tea on, you know, it just gets that sluggish feeling, movement early in the morning, because you really want to get that movement in the morning. It's best.
Get the blood flowing.
So another one I do recommend, if turmeric and ginger is not your thing in the morning, try some lemon water and vinegar, apple cider vinegar, warm, again, with a little touch of honey.
It helps out. It helps really wake you up in the morning. And if you're not really a tea person, well, guess what? You really are. You just haven't found the right tea. So there is a tea out there for you. Camille, you have about 20 different teas.
I'm a Tea-Vana lover. Tea-Vana.
Okay, here's point number 3, and that's learn how to take control, feel empowered to manage your autoimmune condition. This is something we know that you can do. So the first step is to know yourself deep down that you can do this. You have to make a commitment, because this is a lifestyle change. So you have to change your mindset. Unless you change your mindset and you change your lifestyle, you're just going to keep going through the same thing over and over again every day. You're not going to change. You have to make the commitment to yourself. And that's where we come in again, and we provide that support. If you're not getting that support from your family or friends, then or from the internet, you know, on our Facebook group, you're going to get it at our Facebook group and on some forums and that type of thing. But that's where we come in and we hold your hand through it, and we provide that support for you.
Right, and like Brett said, you know, the support groups, these are places where, you know, like-minded people go to strengthen themselves, strengthen their mind, strengthen their emotions on a daily basis. And I really encourage you to focus a lot of your energy on a daily basis in some forums, some sort of forum or Facebook group where you can, at least if you are not a communicator where you talk or communicate a whole lot, read and get a lot of the information there, because it's there for you. This is what we do. This is our passion, to get the word out, what needs to be told. The story needs to be told.
We've been there, we've done it. It is our passion, and we have to share it. And that is our passion, is to share it and to help people. And we post a lot of that free information on Facing Autoimmunity Head On, our Facebook group.
Yes.
And a lot of really good information there to help you. And it's the cutting edge stuff. It's the stuff that's coming out now. It's the recent science, not this old stuff that's been around forever that, as we're finding out, is untrue or based on poor science. But it's the cutting edge stuff, you know, within the last 5 years. And it's really good information, free at that Facebook group, Facing Autoimmunity Head On. It's an
exciting time. It's an exciting era. And, you know, it's a time where you can now take control of yourself, take control of your mind.
Control of your health.
And your health, yes.
Mm-hmm. The free radicals we have up there, you can manage, again, that's the toxins. Toxins take the form of free radicals in your body. And those are just looking around. They're free because they're free in your system. They're looking to attach themselves to something and cause some damage. So that's where you get your antioxidants and your good high quality antioxidants such as glutathione, CoQ10, vitamin C. Vitamin C is an excellent antioxidant. And the glutathione, if you're not familiar with it, it is produced by your body, by your liver naturally. It is a natural antioxidant. And so therefore, if you help your liver out by taking supplemental glutathione, then you're going to have virtually the world's best antioxidant supplement going on in your system, getting rid of those free radicals. So we recommend the liposomal, again, encased in fat. Liposomal is encased in fat. Liposomal glutathione. And we know where you can get that, several locations, but we won't get into that right now. But if you do a search for liposomal glutathione, you'll probably find some products out there. But that's the best stuff you're going to be able to get. Also, take power to manage your autoimmune condition by getting sleep. We can't emphasize that enough. You have, if you're craving sleep, if you're not excited to wake up every morning, you need more sleep. Make that time, make that commitment to yourself. Again, we're here for you, and we can help you pattern your life, schedule your life such that you are getting the adequate sleep that you need.
So how to deal with your fertility issues related to autoimmunity. Some of the herbs that we recommend are root, maca root, and passion flower. I cannot stress passion flower enough because it really helps with the adrenals. And, you know, knowing your ovulation times, the certain times in which you ovulate. A lot of women don't take the time to know when they ovulate, and it's important to focus on that.
It's really easy to do, right?
Yes, yes. And simple organic foods, including cruciferous vegetables.
Veggies, yep, yep. And if you don't know what, I mean, we've listed off a few of them, and if you don't know what they are, just look them up, and you'll know which ones that we mean here. Obviously, the simple herbs and whole foods, again, we'll emphasize the whole organic, no pesticides, no herbicides, local, fresh produce. It's going to hopefully limit your exposure to toxins, and therefore limit the immune response in your body and help you get pregnant.
And you know, a lot of the infertility, a lot of women who face autoimmune conditions have fertility problems. So one of the things I recommend women who are having these problems is to look at your autoimmune conditions a little closer, and to get someone who is on board with integrated medicine to really hone in on your autoimmune conditions related to your infertility.
Right. Right. So point 5, and here, this is for the people who may need to lose weight or even gain weight. We know how to do that because we've been there. The reset diet. Get on an ancestral health template. Eliminate the potentially offending foods we've mentioned before, the grains, legumes, and dairy, at least for 30 days. And you want to add in more veggies, more whole foods, and some fruits if you're so inclined. And just that comprises the reset diet for 30 days. And then you can reintroduce some things if you want to later, maybe the legumes and the dairy, but do it one at a time. Do it very scientifically so that your body will respond, and you will be able to feel that response. But you're not going to be able to feel that response until you've done the reset, because you have to establish that baseline. For me, it's very easy to determine what foods are disagreeing with me. It becomes very obvious very quickly for me. So anyway, you want to also become a fat burner, not a sugar burner. Again, we'll mention this. If you're experiencing energy fluctuations throughout the course of the day, that is a symptom typical of a sugar burner. You want to get off the carbohydrates, and you want to get back to the good fats and the proteins. Limit those carbohydrates to less, if you don't need to lose weight, less than 150 grams per day. If you do want to lose weight, 100 grams of carbs or less per day, and stick to the low glycemic fruits, like blueberries, blackberries, the ones that are listed up here, cantaloupe, watermelon, that type of thing. Look that up online. Get the low glycemic fruits. They're very good. Use those as a snack, not necessarily the Mountain Dews and sodas and other things like that. Juices. The juices they just don't have enough fiber to counter the insulin spike. So it's going to throw off your insulin levels, and you're just going to still experience those energy swings. So become a fat burner. We know how to do that. We can help you out. And again, with the prebiotics and the probiotics, those are going to help you digest. They're going to help you reset your diet, and supplement with the magnesium and the vitamin D and K2. These are all vitamins and minerals that you're in all likelihood deficient in. Most people are deficient in magnesium unless they're eating tons of fish. Most people are deficient in vitamin D because most people work indoors and not exposed to the sun. You have to have the K2 in order to distribute calcium and other vitamins and nutrients in the body. So you really need to take your vitamin D and your K2 at the same time. We recommend a particular brand called Thorne, Thorne, vitamin D3 and K2 supplement. It comes in a dropper, and it's liposomal, again, so it's easily absorbed. It's very good. One of our clients actually started taking some vitamin D supplements, but he was still getting the high dosage pills from his doctor, prescription pills, and because he was just wanted to do that, he spiked his vitamin D way through the roof, and so he could easily come off of that D prescription and just stick with the Thorne. It's that easy. It really is. And so you need the vitamin D and the K2 and the magnesium and the fish oil as well for your omega-3s. You also need vitamin C that's a good across the board type of help for not only digestion, but for antioxidant value, and it's just an excellent one that most people are deficient in.
So one of the most effective ways to increase a healthy process is a liver cleanse, and these are good. I wrote them down so you can write them down. Golden seal, dandelion, celery, milk thistle, fennel. You can cook with these, or you can, the dandelion, you can boil it and you can drink it as a tea. And you can also get them in supplement.
Right.
But I really do recommend a liver cleanse if you can on a regular basis.
Right. And of course, exercise, that's where we come in and help you with an exercise plan, including general movement at a slow pace and other more intense exercises. So how about we tell them about the special opportunity we have here?
So the special opportunity is to prepare an autoimmune reset plan specifically geared to you. It's individualized based, and it's focused. It provides an easy to follow nutritional support, herbal support, naturopathic support, basically, and we handhold you through the entire process.
That's what we do. You are our obsession.
We are available to you at your convenience, and we wrote that in there because at your own convenience, because we have so many people that reach out to us and clients that are from other countries, not only in the US, but in Canada and England, Ireland, Scotland,
the islands.
Just the islands. So we have a base. So we made sure to let you know that, it's individualized
to your schedule.
To your schedule. And we're available to you at your convenience.
At your convenience, as frequently as you wish. And that means if you need daily follow-ups, we provide that. If you need every other day, every week, depending on the duration of your plan, we are available for whenever you need us. And we are also obsessing on you in the meantime and providing you with valuable information. So really, what doctor does that? How convenient is your doctor? Weigh that against how convenient we are, and we will make our schedule around you. You become our obsession. If you're struggling with one of these, then you may be right for one of our programs. If you're seeking alternative methods of healing because other methods aren't working, or if you've accepted common beliefs about your health, guess what? We're here to tell you, we're both here to tell you, the common beliefs about your health these days are not correct. People think there's some hocus pocus going on with alternative medicine. I have a problem with that term, alternative medicine. Alternative to what? Drugs? You know, I don't get that term. It should be primary medicine, because you should be able to heal yourself naturally without the help of prescription drugs unless absolutely necessary. So really, natural health should be a primary health.
Yes, I believe so. True. Yes.
That's just a pet peeve of mine. But anyway, if you're confused about where to go and who to turn to for your healing, now you know. This is where you need to be. So
our autoimmune breakthrough sessions, you can schedule one and schedule your call today. We have we'll go through a brief health history, customized, individualized plan for you. And nutritional support, including naturopathic support, and a plan for improving, this is the main thing, your autoimmune conditions naturally.
In the format that you need, that is most easily adaptable to you and your schedule.
Yes.
It is highly, highly individualized. There's not one soul out there that is the same as some other soul. Everybody is different. Everybody has different conditions. And so we gear our plans to each specific individual. There is no one set plan. We gear our plans to you for the duration of your program. Now, why are we doing this? Of course, we've already told you that, but we've lived through it. We've suffered from autoimmunity, and we've resolved it naturally.
Yes, we walked the walk. We walked the walk, and we try to do this on a daily basis. This isn't something that it's a fix and, call it off tomorrow. We make sure that we do this on a daily basis.
Every day.
Every day.
And so many other people also suffer without resolution. We see it so often, even just with family and friends. People are having problems. Diverticulitis, for some reason, keeps cropping up all over the place. Guess what? That's a digestive issue. People are eating the wrong stuff, and they don't even know it. But anyway, it is our passion to improve your health and educate you. That's where you will find the sustainable solution to your health problems, is actually understanding it. It's not that we're going to sit here and tell you what to do. It's that we're going to recommend what to do, and we're going to tell you why. You're going to learn why you need to be taking these supplements, taking this homeopathy, taking these herbs and spices. You're going to know why, and that's going to motivate you to keep it up.
Yes, because you have the support as well.
And you'll have our support and the support of our community.
And we've seen the results, and we just have to spread the word.
We've lived the results. We've seen the results in our clients, friends, family, and everyone, and we have to spread the word to you. And this breakthrough session allows us to meet you and determine if we're a good fit for you. So we've set aside 5 hours for these breakthrough sessions.
Yes, and you're right for this call if you need to talk to one of us right now, immediately. You are close to giving up, and I hear that often. You might want to think about it or sit on it, but you have to realize, tomorrow is another day, and you have to face these things another day. And you might be frustrated, but still committed to really living a better life, but living it more naturally.
Right. If you're committed, we know you can do it. If you are committed, if you're frustrated and still committed, we know you can do it. We know it because we've been there, living in those shoes. And here's how to apply.
Yes, go to this link. That's bit.ly/MNH sessions.
McClellan Natural Health.
Yes, you can click down at the screen there. There's a big yellow button. Just click that. You schedule a short, you will be led to complete a short questionnaire. And you can book your session right then and there.
Right, but they fill up pretty quickly, so you might want to do it pretty quickly. We can only obsess on so many clients at a time.
Yes.
So the sessions pop up fairly frequently, but they fill up fast, and you need to get on it. We want to obsess on you. Now, we've been having some technical issues, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And so we were unable to see the chat box.
I apologize.
Yes, sorry about that. But please, if you do have questions, here are our email addresses. You can get them from our website as well. That's Camille at McClellan Natural Health, and Brett. That's 1 T, Brett at McClellan Natural Health. And you can also, isn't there a little yellow box in the chat box for the breakthrough session?
Yes, you can schedule your breakthrough session at that yellow box on the right side of the screen. Or you can go to this link, MNH session, and join our Facebook group, Facing Autoimmunity Head On. We'll be so happy to have you. We'll invite you in, and you will have a lot of support from many other women with like-minded across the world that are suffering the same issues and are there to bring positive support to you and the community.
Right. So on behalf of McClellan Natural Health, Wellness, and Nutrition, I would certainly like to thank you for your time spending it with us.
Yes, thank you so much for being here at our webinar. And
we hope you got a lot out of it.
Really, really hope you did. We were really excited to have you here, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.